welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it's been quite some time since I've uploaded a video, but in today's video, what I want to show you is probably one of the most important things that I've found when it comes to utilizing AI the correct way, and especially for your e-commerce brand, guys, depending on if you're utilizing AI for image generation, video generation, copy, website images, conversion rate optimization, email marketing. The biggest issue that people face is you're generating AI slop, right? And the reason is because your AI is lacking context, and that context is going to be built from a brand brain, which I'm going to show you guys how to build today, and the importance of building a proper brand brain, not just going ahead and building a Claude project. And so normally, guys, if you're utilizing Claude, you're probably coming into or you're probably just coming into the web app. You might be utilizing the desktop app, but likelihood is you're just chatting with Claude Code, which is great. And the benefits, what you're probably doing is utilizing a project, and you may have something, for a specific brand. All of these are, little boards, right, where you can pre-populate information. So if I go ahead and, I've made one for our community AI CMO. Basically, I'm just putting in a ton of markdown files to give Claude Code as much context as possible. Now, the problem with that, guys, is that doing this is like a half-assed version, right? It's like, you're making, I don't know. It's just a half-assed version of utilizing it. I want to show you the correct way to utilize it and a way more automated way. So the painful truth, guys, about the way that you're utilizing AI right now, like I said, you're opening ChatGPT, you're opening Claude, you're asking it to write an ad, an email, hey, give me a prompt for an image. What comes back is all right, but it's usually pretty generic. Sounds like every other brand might make claims that your brand would never make, right? Especially if you're a health CPG brand. And it may have used a voice that's not yours, depending on what context you gave it. And so then, you spend another 20, 30 minutes reprompting, hey, here's my about page, here's the product, explaining who your customer is, reminding what you actually sell. If you guys see the chats that I have with my AI bots, I'm probably the first to get killed when these things come to life. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Remember this. I said this. Why are you doing it this way? And this really eliminates that, right? You close the tab, open the chat the new day, and you have to start all over again. And the problem is, right, AI has no context. And so building a brand, guys, I'm going to show you basically essentially like a really rough version. And this video is still uploading, for God's sakes. A really rough version of what building a brand brain should look like. So 99%, give me 1 second, guys. So while I let this video load, guys, I want to go ahead and show you, again, essentially what the finished output of the brand brain builds. And so what I did this brand brain for was for Kourtney Kardashian's brand Lemmy. So this brand right here, they sell, a ton of different products. It's basically a CPG brand, but this is a very, very big brand, right? If I go to Foreplay and actually look at the number of ads that people have saved, or the number of ads that this brand is running, it's likely into the high hundreds, if not thousands, right? So let's just go Lemmy, brand pops up, 5,000 ads. Okay, so you can see the type of creative that they make, right? A very specific style of branding. They utilize their purples a lot. They utilize review images. They utilize sort of like CGI images like this, where they're having like, fruits explode from the background. And so they have a very specific style of creative. And so if this was a client that I'm working on, if this is a brand of my own, what I want to do is build a brand brain so that Claude Code knows all of this already, right? I don't have to go ahead and re-prompt this. And so when I build a brand brain, guys, what's going to be auto-built is one, it's going to build the brain .md, brand guidelines, competitors, customer avatars, products and positioning, a README file, recent changes, which is a huge little hack. So every time you work on this brand, if you're working on Lemmy as an example, every single time it's updating the recent changes.md so that the future version of Claude that I'm working on knows, hey, we ran a sale last month for Mother's Day or whatever the case may be. Visual DNA, this is where it's really understanding the visual DNA of the brand, and then winning ads.md. So, this isn't a client of mine. We didn't connect to the meta ads, but with our brand brain skill, and I'm going to show you, you're going to have the ability to connect your Klaviyo account, connect your Shopify, connect your meta account, connect your Google ads. That way your brand brain can be as smart as humanly possible. We just did this in a little bit more of a manual way by pulling in all of the creative. But the additional benefit is that Claude actually, when we're utilizing our brand brain skill, it scrapes the entire website and actually grabs all of the assets and products from the brand. So if I open this up, right, we have all of the individual products here. And this is actually probably an older version. Let me pull up a newer brand brain, which actually pulls the data a little bit more efficiently. Okay, boom. So another perfect example, guys. I went ahead and to give you context, literally all you're typing is a brand brain skill. You're giving in the website and a couple pieces of information. But you'll see here on the left-hand side, guys, these are under the brand brain, every single product that this brand sells and all of the product images pulled directly from Shopify. And so that way in the future, when I say, hey, let's go make an ad about the 360 waivers crash out box, it already knows, hey, exactly what's in this box. If you go ahead and read the brain file, right, under products and positioning, it's going to lay out, here's our blueberry cheesecake shampoo bar. What is it? Signature blueberry cheesecake scented shampoo bar, thick creamy lather, position angle, the rich, smooth, and addictive scent for coarse hair, beginners, and elite waivers, right? So it's building all of this context to understand, what does this brand individually sell? And again, if I pull this back up for Lemmy, you can see here, right inside of the brand brain, under products and positioning, Lemmy Pure bestseller. So $30 one time, $26 subscription, daily vaginal health product, the perfect, basically what are the hooks, key active ingredients, benefits, who buys it, core benefits, positioning and angles, social proof. There's so much information that the brand brain is grabbing, right, to build the context for you. And so, guys, the importance of this, again, I'm surprised this video is taking so long to upload, but basically what's happening is when you call this skill, it's going to automatically build this for you. And so what the brand brain does, guys, is build a structured folder of files that you can give any AI. Again, most of the time I'm using Claude Code. That way it has instant and complete context on your brand. If I'm working on Lemmy, I want to build a 5 reasons why landing page. I just have to say what product or what our call to action and offer is going to be. And then it can do the rest of the research, right? It knows our brand, it knows the positioning, it knows the products that we're selling, it knows the customer avatars and the different selling points that those customer avatars have. Again, if you go back here, customer avatars, right? Okay, avatar 1, the wellness maximalist, right? So who are they? Age 28 to 42, female, US, household income. What do they care about? XYZ. What are their aspirations, identity? When would someone buy this product? What would stop them? What are the objections that they're having? And how do we talk to this person in the specific creative? And so if I go ahead and say, okay, guys, let's go ahead and make 10 new ads for Lemmy Pure's or Lemmy's Pure product. Let's sell it, and choose which avatar would make the most sense. It's going to have the ability to understand and read the context of who we're selling to, what we're selling, and the angles that we should be taking automatically, right? It's going to read your competitors. It's also going to find the gaps that, hey, maybe your competitors are, let's just say, again, we'll use Lemmy as an example. You're a CPG brand, right? You're selling, supplements, etc. And maybe we notice, hey, your competitors are really not taking like the GLP-1 angle, right? And if you actually go ahead and look, Avatar 2 here is the GLP-1 crossover. So women navigating the weight, appetite, metabolism conversation in 2026. So, hey, potentially instead of taking a GLP-1, take this product, right? Or what do they care about? Why would they buy this product? What pain points do they want to solve? Craving, snacking, slow metabolism, weight that won't move with the diet alone, right? There's all these different angles that we can take, and it's going to take a lot for you to kind of every single time you're going into Claude, or you're going into ChatGPT. Hey, I want to make ads for, our GLP-1 crossover, and you're copy and pasting this. Guys, in 2026, it's not about prompting anymore, right? Before 2024, 2025, it was like, hey, like, look at this, automated prompt. And, we're telling Claude, I want you to be a, ad creative strategist for a 9-figure brand and act like this. And again, this doesn't really work, right? And so you'll see, guys, while I was, actually showcasing this, I was having Claude make more ads for Lemmy. And you'll see here now the brand brain right back. So it's just finished creating 10 ad creatives for me. Let me append it to the recent changes MD. And so now it's going to go ahead and say, hey, in the recent changes markdown file, these are the new ads that we've made. These are the products that they're for. These are the key decisions, right? And you can actually read what Claude is saying. So like bash output. So essentially like where verified by foreplay, like where did they get the ads from? What questions does it need to ask? And so again, it's updating the brand MD file, which is so important, guys. And the key here is that the anatomy of the 9 files inside of the brand brain is the most important, right? It's building that brand, the README file. It's building the brand guidelines. It's building the products and positioning, customer avatars. And again, these are the things that I was just showing you, right? Competitors, brain MD. If we go back and look at Lemmy, let's pop up the competitors MD, right? So now it's going to pull Ollie.com, Hum Nutrition, Love Wellness, Bloom New, Array, Ritual.com, right? And it's going to say differentiation summary. So the Kourtney Kardashian founder angle, obviously this is a huge, angle that no other competitor has a tier 1 celebrity founder. So we definitely want to have some founder creatives. Pastel, feminine, cheeky angle, branded clinical actives as a marketing system. So again, like using all these things, gaps worth owning, and these are things that can be continuously updated, guys. Obviously this isn't a real client of ours, so there's not as much information as, we didn't connect their Klaviyo, we didn't connect their Shopify account, we didn't connect the Meta Ads account or the Google account. And so this version of the Brain MD is not as or the brand brain is not as sexy as it could be, but what I want you guys to understand is the output that this has the ability to produce. And so again, I just want to show you guys some of the ad creatives that, with the brand brain and giving it context to our winning ads MCP, it's a different video that I'll put together, guys. These are some of the creatives that we were able to automate, right? This is like me asking, hey, can you just go ahead and make ads for X product? And when you look at these ads, guys, compared to what we were looking at, to what Lemmy actually produces, these are beautiful creatives that, honestly, in my opinion, I would probably look at almost launching immediately. Like maybe there's like some revisions, like copy maybe a little bit. Like this one, the copy isn't 100% perfect. Like I'm not sure how I feel about these. Like, okay, instead of 69% as a word, let's write it as the actual percentage. But the benefit here is, again, you can just take these creatives, guys, and let's just say I want this creative. Change the copy on the pointer to say 69% of customers, actually of users, felt less hunger. And again, now just because the ability of it's working inside of this folder for Lemmy, this is how you really take utilizing Claude to the next level, guys. And so this is just a very surface level of educating you guys on what a brand brain is. You'll see the part that nobody tells you is, if you build the brand brain once and correctly, it's going to get smarter over time, right? The brand brain updates itself with the recent MD changes. And so if you want to build a very light version of this, again, it's definitely not going to be as automated as I've shown you, right? In terms of building a brand brain, guys, just to give you context, again, all I did in the Slack chat, right, was call the brand brain skill that we have, give it the website's link, and then again, I'm connecting, specifically Meta, Google, and a couple of other things here. But once it's been completed, right, it's building the brand guidelines, right? So if I want to go ahead and check for specifically for this brand story, missions, elevator pitch, here's our brand voice and tone, here's the things that we do, here's the things we don't say, here's our color palette, here's our typography. If I go ahead and look at our competitors, right, it's going to go ahead and pull through Waivers Dreams, all these different competitors, and identify what are the gaps that we can tackle, who are the customer avatars, right? Avatar 1, the day one beginner, the newcomer just starting his 360 wave journey, approximately represents 45% of this brand's customer base. And so utilizing this, guys, is what is going to get you the ability to start putting together creative like this at scale. Let me show you a couple of other examples. Again, even some UGC videos that we put together.
POV, stress hits and you just want to chill. These are Lemmy Chill De-Stress Gummies. I take one, breathe out, and I feel calmer. They're $30 if you're overwhelmed. Trust me,
I mean, guys, you take this output from Claude Code and just saying one little thing, and I would add B-roll to this, like real B-roll from real UGC, and this is a ready-to-go ad that I can guarantee you no one is guessing is AI. The reason we're thinking it's AI, guys, is because we're biased, right? We're utilizing the products and we're utilizing these AI generation tools, and so we know, right? If I go ahead and look, I want to show you some other ads that we went ahead and created. Again, same sort of thing. Like, this is so on brand. Less craving, more you. The 3-bottle daily GLP-1 routine. Reset, burn, curb. I did not give any copy. Nothing. I said, make me ads for this product, guys, and the reason it has the ability to produce this type of output is because of the brand brain. And so I'm going to end this video off, guys. I want to introduce you to our school community. AI CMO is the #1 direct-to-consumer AI community, the #1 AI and e-commerce community that we built, not only so you can get access on the full brand brain skill and actually, everything else that comes to content generation, right? How do you actually make these style of creatives? Well, you're going to need the brand brain, right? That's going to be a big part of it. How do you make this style of UGC, whether it's AI UGC, animation videos, product videography, claymation ads, street and podcast interview creatives, or even going in depth into conversion rate optimization, guys. This is the new era of e-commerce, right? And so if you're not staying up to date with AI, guys, by the time you're probably watching this video, we may have already increased the price. Once we hit 25 members in the AI CMO community, we're going to be increasing the price. I might do a little bit of a discount. I'm going to leave the link in the description, guys. I would love to have you join because, again, I'm not going to give this away for free, guys. This is stuff that we've spent probably the last like 8 to 10 months building inside of our agency specifically for the use of our clients. Now, I'm not going to show you client output, and that's why in a lot of these videos you're going to be seeing Lemmy as the example. But the biggest thing you need to understand, guys, is that none of this is possible without the brand brain itself, right? Where we're going to pull all of the products, all of the information on the actual brands themselves, and then that way you can have a ready-to-go AI system and brand brain that is consistently updating itself to get smarter and have a much better output. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to see you inside of the community. Like I said, I'm going to leave the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.